their capabilities. The operation was also targeted at shaping the Sambisa environment to a level that would facilitate the rescue of the Chibok girls by the ground troops. In all, a total of 82 sorties in 116 hours 30 minutes was flown. This air operation was successful as it resulted in displacing the Boko Haram terrorists from Sambisa forest. It also significantly curtailed the freedom of action of the terrorists, as well as degrade their capability to effectively engage own troops. Feedback from human intelligence after the operation suggests that shortly after the strikes, a large number of insurgents were apprehended fleeing the forest. This operation was also a precursor to Operation Rescue Finale. To provide a better understanding of the accomplishment of the air component in Operation Lafiya Dole, I shall discuss the details of the various types of missions conducted by the air component from January to December 2016, commencing with air interdiction. Air interdiction missions were conducted by the F-7NI, the Alpha Jet, and the Mi-17, Mi-24, and Mi-35 helicopters to neutralize Boko Haram terrorist logistics, camps, foot soldiers, and facilities. These missions were conducted on a daily basis. For instance, on 16th of November 2016, during Operation Rescue Finale, the ISR airplane guided an Alpha Jet aircraft to a suspicious gathering of suspected Boko Haram terrorist foot soldiers under a tree at Kadari town, northeast of Maiduguri. The target was attacked and neutralized. Similarly, on the 4th of December 2016, two Alpha Jet aircraft conducted battlefield interdiction on a group of about 30 BHT advancing towards Ondrup location in Tokumberi, the Sambisa general area. The target was also neutralized. These missions degraded the Boko Haram terrorist capability and the will to fight within the entire theater. The footage of the air interdiction sortie conducted at Tokumberi is as shown on the screen. This is the Sambisa Forest General area. At the top of the screen, there was a flash. Also in the middle of the screen, there was a flash. These are air interdiction sorties. The difference between air interdiction and close air support is that this does not have to do in proximity of own troops. It's an independent operation from information received. It's also an advantage because you take out the logistics before they are brought to bear on your own troops. You can see from the screen they were busy scampering. The next is close air support. Since ground troops always have a high chance of coming in contact with Boko Haram terrorists, close air support missions always turned around most tactical encounters in the favor of ground troops. The F-7NI, the Alpha Jet, the Mi-24 and Mi-35 helicopters provided close air support to own troops. During the period under review, a total of 138 sorties was flown. A good example of a close air support mission is the Alpha Jet mission conducted on Camp Zero on the 22nd of December 2016. The close air support mission facilitated the successful capture of the objective with no casualty to own troops. Similarly, one Alpha Jet conducted the close air support mission in support of the advance of own troops at Sambisa Gate. The outcome of the mission was in favor of own troops. A footage of the close air support mission is as shown on the screen. Close air support is normally conducted in close proximity with troops, and communication is always established so that fratricide will be avoided. What you are seeing on the screen is an Alpha Jet providing close air support. The surface forces call for the support, which is often pre-planned before the advance. The vehicles along the road show the ground troops advancing to the Sambisa Gate. You will see the airplane appear and disappear because it has to maneuver to be able to stay in the position to support the troops. On such missions, either he sees the target of opportunity and attacks, or the ground troop calls the call for fire. Now to intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions. The Beechcraft King Air 350, the ATR Maritime Patrol Aircraft, the Diamond 42, and the CH-3 Unmanned Combat Area Vehicle extensively maintained presence over the joint operation area to obtain critical footages of activities of the Boko Haram terrorists. These platforms were game changers in the counterinsurgency, leading to precise attacks on insurgent locations both day and night. Over 689 ISR sorties were undertaken in 2016. A typical footage of an ISR mission by the Beechcraft 350 at Tumbunrego on 30th of June 2016 is as shown on the screen. All the numbers and the cursor and the triangles and the marks you are seeing is an indication, is the part of the instrument that is displayed on the screen of on the monitor of the aircraft. This is a footage showing the Boko Haram activities. These areas are marked, studied to determine whether they are hostile before air interdiction missions are assigned. This is a night ISR mission. Things appear black and white. You see dark people or dark images moving left, right, center. Those are the ones captured in red triangle, in red squares. So these ISR footages take place both day and night. Tactical airlift. Troop movements, logistic resupply missions were effectively provided by the Mi-35, Mi-17, and Mi-24 aircraft. The Super Puma and the Augusta 109 airplanes also participated in this movement. These missions contributed immensely to the overall effectiveness of the ground troops. A total of 723 sorties were generated to airlift 1,494 personnel and resupply 122 and 55 kilograms of logistics within the theater of operations in the year 2016. On the screen is an image of General Irabo hiking a ride. The theater commander, some of his commanders in the Mi-17 aircraft during a liaison mission to the front line. Another example of logistic resupply mission conducted by the Mi-17 helicopter was on 30th of June 2016, where a total of 5,000 kilograms of food and ammunition was airlifted to ground troops at Kangarawa. The footage captured by the ISR shows a live delivery while the airplane is still running. You see the troops around it offloading some of the items that were transported into the theater. At the rear end of the helicopter, you can see soldiers moving items, logistic items, away from the airplane. Other auxiliary missions. Some auxiliary missions were conducted in the Northeast Theater. These missions include the use of the ATR and the Super Puma helicopter for PSYOPs, that's psychological operations, through leaflet dropping. 18 of such missions were conducted. Also, the Augusta 109 helicopter conducted 69 patrol missions of the Nigeria-Cameroon international border. Training missions were also conducted for aircrew in theater to improve crew proficiency. In all, a total of 468 sorties of auxiliary missions were conducted. Overall, from January to December 2016, a total of 1,994 missions were conducted in 3,353 sorties, and a total of 6,500 hours was flown by various platforms for operations in the Northeast and in other internal security operations in addition to training. For all these sorties, a total of 10,400,000